he's just kind of fun. Like I was saying that to Miles this morning. You know, he gets so like wound up. Like he's very easy to wind up. And I was like, Miles, you have to I'm going to eat your cereal. He's like, nah. And I'm like, dude, you need to stop. This is why Marley, because it is kind of funny to wind him up.
The key is to act like it doesn't faze you at all.
Yes.
Because then if you don't give a reaction, no one will ever do it to you.
Right. It's amazing how few people our age have realized that.
I know, it's crazy. Like my friends that still get mad when I like poke their buttons, I'm like, I'm never going to stop until
Right. I've had to tell everyone in my fantasy football group, like, all you have to do is not react.
Are you? Did you ever work with Shaquille O'Neal on anything?
Yes.
When
I worked at the WB television network, I worked in marketing, and there was a show called Smart Guy with Taj Mowry. He was the brother of Tia and Tamara from Sister Sister.
He was so smart.
Mm-hmm. He was a smart guy. And I forget why, but Shaquille O'Neal did some promos with Taj Mowry.
He's so small and he's so tall.
I think that was part of it. Maybe he was on the show. He must have been. But it was kind of like a fall harvest set. Uh-huh. So lots of Horn of Plenties, some wooden crates. And to entertain Taj in between takes, Shaq would just punch these wooden crates and break them. And I had to gently suggest maybe don't do that. And, I was like 27. It's like, you can't break your finger. Like if I break my finger, life will go on. But you should not.
Yeah, that's going to stop the show.
But I'm sure, and I've always heard this, like he's still just like a giant kid. Yeah. And that's how he was behaving that day. And he was very friendly, and I got a picture with him.
Oh, you did?
I'm a tall guy. He's 7'1", I'm 6'10". But his wrists were like my thighs.
Okay.
He's just a giant man.
He's so big.
Why was his wrist so close to your thigh?
Well, he's always measuring. He wants to see.
I gave him $20.
Sean worked with Shaquille O'Neal.
I worked on his Taj.0 ripoff show, Upload with Shaquille O'Neal in 2012 or 2013. And I mentioned it once on the podcast. And since then, Brendan has brought it up in every single episode.
And I edit the show, so every episode starts with sounds like Sean's talking about working with Shaquille O'Neal. He's bragging to the guests.
Fun. Was he nice to you?
Yeah, he was kind. Though the problem was when you would give him one-liners, they all had to be one-liners or like even like half-a-liners because I think his body is just too big to deliver a joke.
Got it.
So like. Basically, you would write a thing of like if it was a whale jumping out of water, you'd be like, talk about cheap krills or some shit like that.
Right.
And then he'd be like, that's too much. And then you go, that's crazy.
I love it.
I'm glad Sean brought up Shaquille O'Neal because people do call you Tall John. Mm-hmm. Is that like, does that bother you?
No, because it started... back in Palm Springs when I was working at the Warehouse Records and Tapes, there was my friend John Fiddler and me, so you needed a qualifier. Right. So TJ started then, Tall John. And John is a very, run-of-the-mill name, so which John?
Yeah.
So it's either Tall John or John Schroeder.
Right.
Might as well just say Tall John.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was just curious because I feel like height. Do you guys pronounce it that way?
No.
Height.
Yeah, I know. How do you feel about people who say height?
I've never heard a single person say height.
Are you serious?
I've heard it. I've heard of height and width.
You've heard height, right?
Yeah.
People say height. Are
you sure you're not? It's just not somebody with speech impediment saying like heist.
No. it's the equivalent of when you see people typing should of and could of.
Yes.
That I've been noticing a lot more lately.
Oh yeah, I do that.
I do it ironically, and I'm afraid it's going to just slip into my everyday vernacular.
It's so I'm so broken.
Yeah.
I've taught myself. I had to really course correct in the last 10 years of dunno.
Dunno?
Yeah, DUNNO.
Oh yeah.
I would see it in like scripts in like 2009 and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I'm now an I don't know guy.
I will in texts. I'll type Ghana. Sometimes Gonna.
Oh yeah.
Instead of going to.
Yeah.
Is that gonna?
That'll be. I'm going to go. What are you, Ted Bundy?
Well, I was asking about the height, or I'm sorry, height. I should have said height. I should have said height instead of height, because it's like, I was just curious if it's ever bothersome, because it's like there's more to you than just a tall. I don't know.
Really.
Like it's
it's just one thing.
Just getting
it's
things
only
off
a
the top
burden.
shelf.
Like when I was younger, every now and then there's like some asshole in a bar who's like, "Oh, you think you're tall, huh?" And they just want to fight for no reason.
You think you're tall. As he's using a megaphone for it, and the guy's usually very small.
One time was at Sketchfest, not that long ago in San Francisco.
No kidding.
10 years maybe. And this guy he's drunk. He's like, "Here's how I take you down. I'd kick you in the knee and break it backwards and blah blah blah." And Andre Dubuchet was there, and he was like, "Why are you talking to him like that?" And I've loved Andre before that, but so much more ever since. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, good. I have some backup," because this guy had like 2 or 3 friends with him. And I haven't thrown a punch since I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't want to fight. I just want to be tall and have a beer. Well, alcohol was always part of their anger too.
Yeah.
Like, it was never just like a sober guy.
Yeah, no. Sober guys aren't always looking to fight. Although there are a few that, I grew up in New Jersey, so there was a lot of people who just loved a 2 p.m. fight.
While they were sober?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're hungover.
In high school,
Yeah.
I mean, truly, these kids, they would have fought, before the bell rang.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a kid. We had to wear IDs to school because one kid decided he didn't like another kid, and he brought his friend from another school dressed in the Catholic school uniform to jump a kid before school. So then all of a sudden we had to identify ourselves for the rest of the 4 years there.
Yeah. Yeah,
The heights come in handy breaking up fights in bars. And
Yes.
I've done it a handful of times, but it's just like, whoa, you guys don't want to do this, which is always true. But now they both have the excuse of, "Oh, I would have killed that guy if that giant didn't get between us." And especially in the winter, if I was wearing a coat, they couldn't see my thin arms.
Right.
They didn't know what I had under there.
Yeah. And here we are talking about your height, and I don't, because I feel like I was trying to avoid that. I don't know.
I mean, what's so interesting is, not to get too in the weeds of what this podcast is, but we ask everyone what's their no-goes. And you had one, and it was, "Don't talk about my height."
I'm really sensitive about it.
I just have to push. No. I mean, obviously you're not, because I was introduced to you as being tall, John.
Yes.
But then it's
you're a pencil thin hole, Brendan.
pencil thin hole.
Yeah, your asshole is pencil thin.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh no, I lost my train of thought because now I'm thinking about my butthole.
Yeah, it's just so I mean, even that's not that thin if you really think of an asshole that being pencil.
I mean, if that's the widest it can open, then it could be a problem if you're not taking enough fiber.
Yeah, I gotta take more fiber because I have a whisper of a hole.
You guys should get some butthole expanders. It really helps your life.
Like those Breathe Right strips.
Exactly.
You put that on your lower back, or
just spread your
just
cheeks
between
for
the
a
cheeks. Yeah, you can actually use the Breathe Right strips. You just invert them, and it spreads your butthole open. But I've known you for well over a decade at this point. And
you came into my orbit because you were putting pictures of your face on billboards.
Yeah,
like for Top Chef.
Right.
And I already kind of knew who you were. I'm like, oh, I need to start hanging out with this guy more. Because that's right up my alley.
We did some dangerous capers. I don't want to get into the weeds on that, but yeah, that one billboard.
One really dangerous.
That was pretty wild for men of our age, even though that was probably 13 years ago. We were still too old to be doing something.
I think it was 15 years ago. I think I was 40.
Possibly. I would put that around, I would put that around 2012 maybe.
Okay. And we can easily verify it with pictures.
Yeah.
Wait, you should, what did you do? You should share this.
We climbed up on a billboard at La Brea and Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And it was really, I mean, it was a billboard that it was for some healthcare thing.
Kaiser Permanente.
And it said, "My blank hurts," like my with a blank line. And I said to John, it would be funny if somebody put like wiener in there.
Well, you said something, and then we went back and forth, and you said, I think wiener's the best because if the kid sees it, it's not that offensive. It's not that,
Yeah, I was always very, like, I didn't want to bum people out, like with the billboard that...
I mean, you're PG-13. We've always said that.
I borrowed your ladder for one that I did on my own with the cell phone.
I was the lookout for that.
Oh, you were the lookout for that. That's right.
With Pemberton.
Oh, right. Both of you guys were there.
Yeah.
And we did that on a Sunday morning with a hazmat suit on.
Yep.
So it looked like a guy was just working.
But the one at Hollywood and La Brea, we did all this recon for like how to do it without getting caught. And we didn't get caught.
No, we didn't. But we
did not put an ounce of thought into safety.
when you look at the billboard, you're like, it's inspirational. You're like, well, there's a ladder. We just need a ladder to get to the ladder that leads up to it. And then you don't realize, because that was the thing with the first billboard I did with the Top Chef thing, you're just kind of eyeballing it. And once you get up to when you're standing next to a billboard, you realize like, oh, this thing it's huge.
Yeah.
And so John and I we climbed up, and I mean, I had 50 feet in the air, 60, 100.
And with like, you don't have any like wires or anything.
That's
You're
right. And that's what you realize when you're up there.
And once you get to the
catwalk,
the ladder before even the catwalk was very scary. But the more scary thing is the ladder attached to the pole is just straight up, so it's no angle, and that is, for some reason, it's because it's like when you see like the Coney Island guy do like the super high dive, and it's just a straight ladder. It's very, I mean, we were very scared.
It was the most out of shape I've been in my life. I was weighing 320 pounds, and I get to the top, and I'm just gasping air. It's like.
Now, do you guys think you didn't get in trouble at all because the cops saw you and were like, well, they're going to fucking die? Like,
I think that people, if you're not actively using spray paint or something, I don't know. I think you see two guys up there.
There's a giant sticker.
Yeah, I mean, people probably don't give it a second thought. They're just like, I don't know, like there's guys up there working or something.
Well, and now you could do it like crazy because every horror movie just has like a body hanging from it. Like the Final Destination one was like somebody like head stuck in it.
People were watching us from the condos across the street behind that church.
But we went up there. We made the wiener sticker in your backyard before.
And you copied the font perfectly. We should put a picture up on this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to figure out. We got to get the website in order.
Yeah, and stop spreading these fucking lies.
In the meantime, visit offtherecordspodcast.com. But yeah, John and I pulled that off. But yeah, that was a real, like, the realization that this might be a bad idea when you're already 3/4 of the way there is a real. That's a real scene. Yeah, because you're just like, fuck, this is a bad idea, but like, what do you, like, we don't just climb down and say, okay.
Right.
Like, we're already at a point where we can die.
Yes.
If something bad goes wrong.
Yes.
So let's just get up there and do it. And then again, even with a man they call Tall John, we still could not reach up high enough to get it perfectly set on the line.
Right below
the line.
It's okay. You know what? Like,
it still got a lot of laughs.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
That's what it's all about.
It was there for 4 days, and when they finally took it down, they just painted over it. They didn't peel off the sticker.
That's right.
I have pictures of that too.
I forgot about that. And then I remember we drove to Birds next to UCB with the ladder still on your roof.
Yep, just like a couple of morons from the Old West who just robbed a bank and went to brag about it.
But and then since then, that launched your career into show business.
That's true.
You work for Bob's Burgers, or work for what's your?
I still do. Yes.
You're a producer.
I'm a writer, and we all have those vanity titles,
right?
Because we've been there so long. But yeah, I've been there for 15 years.
That's amazing. What's your favorite episode?
Probably I forget the name of the episode, but it was written by Greg Thompson, and it's when Bob's a substitute teacher, and he gets through to Zeke.
Oh, nice.
I forget what it was called.
Sean, you wanted to say what you want to tell everybody what record John picked out?
Bob and Ray throw a stereo spectacular featuring Julie Andrews, the Belafonte Singers, Skitch Henderson, Lena Horne, the Guggenheimer Sauerkraut Band, Abbey Lane, the Melocrino Strings, Radio City Music Hall organ. That's like the most famous organ. And Souter Finnegan. It actually is the most famous organ. I don't know if you guys know that.
More than Peter North's?
More than Peter North's. I just read Debbie Harry's memoir, and there was like an entire chapter about that organ.
Okay.
Because they got to play it when they were recording their first album, and they had to sign all of these things, even in the 70s, about how important this organ is.
Well, what do you have to sign that you're not going to play like a
it's like
a 2 Live Crew song, no cover songs with bad words?
No, yeah.
So Bob and Ray, this is this is an album that's been kicking around. I know of Bob and Ray because we were talking about earlier. Chris Elliott is
he's my favorite.
Yeah, I love Chris
and my
Elliott.
favorite is Abby Elliott. So
she's wonderful too.
Yeah, you do not get Abby without Bob
and Bridie Elliott.
And
all the Elliots are fantastic.
But
all the Elliots.
When she got hired on SNL, it was very interesting because she was the first third generation person to be on it, because Bob and Ray did a guest spot in the 70s,
right.
And then Chris was a cast member in the 90s, and then Abby was a. So honestly, the Elliott family is probably the only comedy family that nobody's ever mad at.
True. Well, the new cast member, Jane Wickline, she's not that new anymore.
Yeah.
Her dad, Matt Wickline, wrote a lot of stuff with Chris Elliott that I love, and you might too, like the FDR one-man show.
Oh, I love the FDR.
And Action Family. So he was a Letterman writer and worked a lot with Chris Elliott.
I mean, listen, the Elliott bloodline, we should be protecting it.
Oh, yeah.
They're like our Windsors.
Well, have you listened to any of this stuff before? Or?
Very little, and that's why I picked it out. I should listen to more. Like, I've checked some stuff out that's on YouTube, but I figured this would be a good opportunity to Elliott it up.
Yeah, I mean, I've read the Bob and Ray Wikipedia page a lot.
Really?
Yeah, no, so I have this real big issue in my life, is that I'm constantly reading Wikipedia pages and never listening to things or watching things. So I'll know what happened in some 1940s movie, but I've never seen it. And then I think Bob and Ray, especially them, I have just never sought out what they were doing outside of just knowing they influenced David Letterman and they started as radio announcers.
Yeah.
And it says here Ray's son is Jeffrey Epstein. Two went different ways.
Yeah. Well, should we get into it?
Yeah.
See, this could be part of it. They were very wry.
Hurry, driver. Drive the horses to the limit.
Nearly the appointed hour, midnight.
We haven't a moment to waste. Very important announcement. Oh, see, there's the castle now. See there, through the thick pea-soup fog, carrying with it an ominous foreboding of impending disaster.
Yes, the castle which houses the laboratory of the crazed electronic genius Dr. Akbar, director of Bob and Ray Scientific Research.
Careful, driver. We're about to cross the wooden bridge that spans the protected moat.
I just noticed, Ray, there's no driver.
Well, the horses sure know the way. Look, they've pulled up right in front of the huge, foot-thick Honduras mahogany doors, Bob.
Well, come on, let's alight and see what the good doctor has accomplished since our last visit.
Okay. Oh, it's a pretty wet night, isn't it? I'm a little frightened about all this, Bob. Yeah. Help me now, will you, with this?
Sure.
Tremendous size brass knocker on this door. Look, a lion's head carved upon it. All right. Let's do it again. I think we better do it a third time.
Some real theater of the mind stuff.
This is what the Three Stooges album should have been, by the way.
Yeah.
I like to imagine they're doing all this in real time, too.
Yes, gentlemen.
Bob and Ray calling Gore. Is the good, albeit crazed, Dr. Akbar about?
How did you arrive here?
We came by coach.
By coach? But there's no road.
Well, Gore, could we step in? It's wet out here and we're hungry. Perhaps a bit of Stilton cheese, some black bread, and a flacon of vintage port.
Or if you haven't got that, some tomato soup and saltines.
Step in, gentlemen.
Their Igor is more eloquent than I've come to
Dr.
expect from an
Akbar's
Igor.
engaged in an experiment right now, but I'll inform
Is it
him.
Igor or Igor?
Just wait there, gentlemen.
It depends on where you were raised.
I wonder why they keep this cavernous foyer so ominously dank and dark, Bob, illumined only by a single candle burning in the great sconce.
What?
I said, I wonder why they keep...
Yes, gentlemen.
Oh, please don't ever sneak up on us like that.
Sorry, gentlemen.
Doctor, it's been some twofold...
Oh, so the
moons
doctor
since we've
sounds
been
like
in the
Igor.
praise.
And we're quite anxious to know what, if any, progress you've made.
Frankly, your last report, which arrived by post only yesterday, has us worried.
Well, I didn't mean to cause you undue concern, gentlemen, but I thought you should know that my giant tsetse fly had escaped.
That's so.
Oh, thank you, Gore. Gentlemen, the refreshments.
Oh, boy. I could eat a horse.
This is a real kick.
Let me open the wine, Gore.
All right.
How are you guys enjoying it so far?
I really am.
To your health, gentlemen.
Sean doesn't seem into
To
it.
your scientific, albeit praised success, Dr. Akbar.
It takes me a while to get into something.
Now, the glass...
Especially like I think like anything, it feels like it has like this macabre energy to it, which I always love. As you know, I'm a huge Frankenstein guy.
Yeah.
And like so I'm excited to see where this is going. But can you pause for a second? I do think it's interesting that something I always buy in old media is the guys that just know a weird doctor, and it's just like there's no explanation of it. And I do really like that. I do think we should go back to that, where you don't need a setup. You don't need to know why Bob and Ray know a weird doctor who lives in a castle. Like
We just accept it.
we just accept it, going like, oh, they said they're pen pals. They send each other mail. Like I want that back. Again, I want a comedian to just meet Frankenstein. I think it could be Pete Davidson and somebody else meeting Frankenstein. I don't even care who the other person is.
Can I tell you my favorite part so far?
Yeah, please.
Just
do.
when he repeated the question and then got cut off by it's like so subtle and stupid. I love it.
How are you liking it, Brendan?
You know, I wasn't from the cover, from the picture on the cover. I was expecting more of a. I kind of was expecting a live performance, maybe. Like it seems very,
Subtle.
It's subtle,
The
but
album.
I do think a lot of, especially with like the star power that's about to come in. It feels like a variety special that we are now just listening to instead of watching. And like I think you would get the atmosphere, and then it would be like Julie Andrews would come out, and it's like the equivalent of like with David Bowie and Bing Crosby sang a song together. It's like you didn't care how it happened. Julie Andrews is probably like an experiment, and then she sings a song.
Yeah.
And I think we just have to close our eyes and just go along for the ride.
Well, that was the end of the first track there. I mean, the pacing is, I guess, I was expecting it to be more like...
Well, I think when it came to like comedy duos, especially in this era, which is like, I would wager a guess that's the 1960s, is the desperation's kind of gone in comedy a little bit. And that is, everyone's starting to take their time, and that leads to... you're like Steve Martin's, Albert Brooks, who are even rebelling against that, and it becomes desperate again and like anxious, but like in a cool 1970s way.
Right, like a lot of setting the table for jokes later.
Yes, exactly. Like really, it is stacking glasses that somebody's gonna trip and fall into those glasses, which I love.
Is there a lot of like were Bob and Ray an inspiration to you? Like, did you?
No, I didn't even know about them. I knew about Chris Elliott from Letterman, and then his show, of course.
But he was on Get a Life, right?
He was the dad.
He was the dad. I mean, like, Get a Life was so important to me.
Huge. Have you guys read any of Chris Elliott's books?
No, I haven't.
I cry laughing reading them. But one of them's called Daddy's Boy, and it's basically like Mommy Dearest, but with Bob as his dad. It is so great.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about Daddy's Boy. I have that somewhere. When did that came out?
Oh, that was like 1990.
Oh wow, yeah.
I think, yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Bob and Ray have. So you said Ray is the father of Jeffrey Epstein, the Jeffrey Epstein?
No, a different one. And no, he's Ray Goulding. He passed away in 1990. So he's been gone since. I mean, he must have had a heart attack reading Daddy's Boy. But no, I mean, like they stayed together from 1946 to 1988, which is a incredible run.
Yeah.
Now, into this door.
It's a fun album to listen to at home.
Gentlemen, how do you like
I always like it when bagpipe music just busts in the middle.
I just start crying, thinking we're at a cop's funeral.
Yeah, you can picture a fire truck slowly following the bagpipe players through ground zero.
our room like this?
But how long can they do this? How long have they been doing it? No time off?
No time off, just 24 hours a day. Round and around and around.
I mean, this is no disrespect to Bob and Ray, but this is a very. I guess this is.
Look at the way they're staring.
I'm just not really following it very well.
Yeah, this does
But
seem
have
to
fun.
have a narrative that maybe none of us were expecting.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, it really does have this like variety show feel
Yes.
that I'm kind of missing something with not seeing it because I do think they're talking over the bagpipes. And we're missing what they're saying.
Which is an odd choice. I mean,
But
again, I don't.
honestly, the funniest choice is to have
Bagpipe.
most of the sound, like, and this is 1960s sound, so like most of it be bagpipes, and then you are just talking about useful information.
Well, let's dip into side two. I don't know how I'm going to edit this.
I mean, it doesn't even seem like you need to edit most of this.
I don't think there's an edit to be had.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good.
So side 2 is going to start with the Mammoth Radio City Music Hall organ. Ooh, I hear that's
Yeah,
the best organ in the world next to Peter North. Although Peter North was his
It was
dick
more.
the
It wasn't.
best?
It
No,
wasn't. Yeah.
he was a
I guess John Holmes would be a better. But I mean, he's also so dated. Like, who's the porno guy? Is there? I mean, there are no real porno stars anymore. Like, you've brought up Deep Throat before.
Yeah.
How that was like a.
I mean, yes, the massive hit.
Yeah, it was a massive hit in the 70s or 60s. And I feel like John Holmes has been the large penis guy reference for decades. There's no porno stars anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they got rid of the star system, and I think that's coming for Hollywood. But like, there was a time where you could be a star. Peter North, John Holmes, Ron Jeremy.
I saw Ron Jeremy once.
Oh, yeah?
When I first moved here, like in 93 or 94, I was going to the Rock and Roll Ralph's on Sunset. Before they redid it, it was still just trash. And I'm running in there with my buddy to buy like one last 6-pack or 12-pack before 2. And Ron Jeremy's shopping, full cart, just with stuff randomly thrown in. He's pushing with one hand, and there's like a cigarette burning with like a 2-inch ash on it.
No kidding.
His other hand, he's eating pickles out of the jar before he paid for it. And I was like, man, I'm in Hollywood. This is the dream.
When I first moved here, I saw Ron Jeremy at the Rainbow Room, and he was there with Vince Neil, and they both yelled at. I was there with Jonah Ray, and Jonah Ray got yelled at by both of them because they had one of those jukeboxes that you could put songs on,
Right.
like from your phone. So he played the entire like Get Up Kids album at like Rock and Roll Rainbow Room.
Oh, boy.
And they were all screaming. It was amazing.
Well, so they knew it was him, and
Well, they were screaming in a general direction of who the fuck is the word you can't say anymore.
Right.
Who is fucking with the jukebox. And it was me, Jonah, and this guy Hutch, who was in the band The Thermals, and we were like laughing to ourselves,
Yeah.
also singing along. So I think they kind
oh
of.
boy.
But also, you could beat up Vince Neil.
Yeah, and Ron Jeremy. I mean, come on.
I'll make him suck his own dick.
I've never been to the Rainbow Room.
We should go.
We should. Maybe we should do an episode from there.
You should.
Play a Winger album or something.
Major setting for at least 4 chapters of Belinda Carlisle's memoir is the Rainbow Room parking lot. That was like the massive hangout in 1978, 79, where you would go there at the beginning of the night, get your Quaaludes, and then just go have fun at shows, and then go back there to hook up.
Wow.
Let's go hook up after this.
Yeah.
All right, so we have the big organ.
Yeah. The mammoth Radio City Music Hall organ.
I mean, it is beautiful. Away in a Manger?
It is a Christmas song.
Yeah, it's the first Noel.
Oh, First Noel. Yeah. Away. Yeah. This is a crazy album. But I guess back in, what year is this? 60 something?
Well, I maintain if we listen to the whole thing, there would be some payoffs.
Oh, of course.
No,
No,
yeah,
I mean, I'm not.
You're 100%
Yeah,
right.
I'm not judging from
Yes.
but it is a.
Slow burn.
It's a slow burn. Like, I mean, the entertainment, like the fact that this exists
Yes.
is really a look into the past of, like, people did not have. They only had so many options.
Right. And they didn't have short attention spans.
They didn't have
like we
short
do.
attention spans,
Yes.
which is, I feel like that's easy to cure if you just stop looking at stuff.
Yes.
But that's the hard part, is to stop looking at stuff, because you're so used to like these little hits of dopamine that we're getting from
Yeah.
it, that like you're gonna go through withdrawal. You're gonna start barfing up your fucking lungs.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's not exactly like heroin.
Like Sid Vicious in Sid and Nancy barfing next to the toilet. Yeah, I mean, this is mostly music here.
So it is a true variety show.
It's a true variety show captured on vinyl that everybody's getting to hear for the first time. Now, Sean, this is a question I probably shouldn't even ask, but is this available for streaming?
I think we all know the answer to it, but I'll
The estate of Bob and Ray gets 1/3 of a penny from Spotify every time somebody plays this.
Oh, that is a concern of yours, isn't it? Like, you can't play like a Chris Rock album, right? Or can you?
I think I think we can, because we are, we're not just playing the whole album,
Right.
No, it is not streaming anywhere, but I do now have more of a clarity of what this album is.
Okay.
This is RCA's. This is like a mixtape of RCA artists.
Oh, okay.
So Bob and Ray are just acting as a host for these artists who are playing cuts from their albums. So the Radio City Music Hall organ playing the first Noel is on an album called Christmas Holidays at Radio City Music Hall. So yeah, we were just listening now that's what I call.
Right. Well, now I think we can stop dancing around making fun of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, Bob and Ray clearly are legends to the point where it's so rare when you talk about specifically this era of comedy where you have any name recognition whatsoever. And Bob and Ray kind of have stood the test of time because they stayed around for 40 years, like as a team. But then, like in a previous episode, we listened to the Committee, who are like the San Francisco part of the Second City, like creators of like sketch and improv as we know it, and it's dog shit. Like, and like you want it to be so good, and it's so bad that Bob and Ray, you're like, well, yeah, everyone knows who Bob and Ray are,
Right, and again, they've influenced so many people we all love, and
yeah.
Is there a sketch? Is there anything that's from Bob and Ray on here? Or?
Yeah, so Bob and Ray in the Laboratory comes after the Souter Finnegan Orchestra. So I'm very excited for that. I am a little disappointed, but you know what? We'll do a 2-part episode that we skipped over the Guggenheimer sauerkraut bed. I just like the name.
Did
of
we
it.
skip over them? We can.
No. We can end on that.
Well, let's skip Bob and Ray. The end.
No, let's do laboratory.
Oh, laboratory.
I think a laboratory is always a perfect setting for comedy.
Right. Yeah.
Elegant Igors.
Yeah, come on. I mean, like, think about Gremlins 2, one of my personal favorite movies. The laboratory scenes fucking rip.
No argument.
Well, Dr. Akbar, what have you in store for us now?
This is what I call my spare parts room.
Oh,
It's a compilation of experiments we have performed over the past few months.
I see. Oh, Gore, it's good to see you again.
How do you do, gentlemen?
How have you been? We've been on a tour here through the castle.
Gore, I wonder if you would bring me that number 246 JB.
I'll be glad to, Dr. Akbar, but isn't it time for your warm milk?
Is it...
Not just now. Let's show the gentlemen the experiments. Here's the first one. Well, that was very good.
Got any more?
Yes, there's one if you'll just step over this way on this table here.
Oh, yes.
Now, listen to this.
Well, that's about the best tasting orange I've ever had.
You want your warm milk now, Dr. Akbar?
Not yet, Gore, not yet. There are other experiments to show.
What are these experiments? He's shooting a gun and
An airplane.
an airplane. Okay. So this is this them promoting sound effects from RCA?
It might be. It actually might be.
Because it says it's rifles, surf, and cat fight is the subtitle
That
of
was
the.
keen. Boy, that was really rich.
Oh,
Is that all?
that
of the
actually makes sense
experiments,
because
Dr. Akbar? That's all I can show you now.
you know before there was like
Except
soundboards
for
and
one.
stuff like that.
Right,
there
right.
was like that entire library where you
Right.
would go and pay like $80 for a rake noise.
$80 back then. That's the equivalent of $10,000.
Well, you get to use it in perpetuity.
Oh, right. So I guess that's this is John. You did a good job here.
Well,
I'm not slamming you. This is like a
This is what the
it's
podcast
like
really is.
it's a promotional-
it's so interesting to take a look back at what was entertainment.
yes. And we discovered it together.
well, let's skip to Bob and Ray the end and we'll wrap things up here. Let's see. I would love to hear just like some classic Bob and Ray comedy.
Yes.
Well, their Broadway show is available on Apple Music, the 2 and only. So you can hear Bob and Ray whenever you want on Apple Music and probably Spotify.
Akbar, I can't remember when I've
They're
spent a
back in the
nicer
lab.
time. However, we must return to the city now because of pressure of business. Unfortunately, we cannot witness any more of your wonderful, wonderful experiments.
And the same goes for me, Doctor. If that clock was right, Ray, we'll just about have time to get back to the city for a leisurely dinner.
Believe me, gentlemen, the pleasure was all mine, and I'm glad you enjoyed the experiments up to this time.
Again, Doctor, we want to thank you very, very much for a wonderful day and a very pleasant goodbye to you now.
And goodbye to you, gentlemen. On behalf of Gore and myself, may you have a very, very pleasant journey. We're all just sorry that you won't be here to see the end of my latest experiment.
Oh, no. It's another commercial for a sound.
Who do we think's doing that voice?
I started thinking, is it them?
I would imagine.
Yeah, because there's no credit for them, like, for those two characters.
Right.
It certainly is. It's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger.
Either that
He shrunk them down.
That's a good bit.
Dr.
Yeah.
Akbar's clutches. And look at that giant fly. Why, it's larger than an eagle. We have made another bad mistake. No.
And then they lifted this to make Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I guess, yeah, so that...
Honestly, I think they ended with a great... That's a good bit.
Say that again. I mean, this is kind of your whole... Oh my God, we got shrunken down. Tall John is no longer tall. He keeps getting taller and taller.
Yeah.
I think this is not going to be the last time we hear from Bob and Ray.
I hope not.
I'm very interested in the Broadway show.
Yeah, we should check that out. John, do you have anything that you'd like to promote? How many seasons? So you've been working on Bob's Burgers for 15 years.
Yes,
Is that
15.
from the beginning?
From the beginning.
Wow.
And yeah, we got picked up for a few more seasons. At a reduced order, but better than being canceled.
It was so much better.
Well, John, totally appreciate it. I look forward
Thank
to...
you for having me. I love...
Oh my God, we didn't even say this was off the records with B Money the Comment.
Oh my
Woo!
Woo! Well, that's it. That's the show. Thanks, John. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, like and review.
Oh, right.
I'll like and review. Off the records.